My name's Hillary, and I make a lot of videos about sex. Sometimes it can be difficult to find research because really, who's giving us this data, and are they telling the truth? I sat down with a data scientist named Seth, who's been studying what we can learn about people's sex lives from their online activity. You're a data scientist, right?
Yeah.
So tell everyone what that means.
As a data scientist, I look through thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of data points and try to notice patterns in them to learn about human behavior, to learn about what people really want and what people are really doing. It's putting together everybody's anonymous aggregate data.
So when I Google something about my sex life, you don't know that I did it.
I definitely do not know that.
So what has he learned? Well, it seems like a lot of people lie and the data doesn't always match up.
The first thing I learned is that Americans lie about how much sex they have. American men say they use 1.6 billion condoms every year in heterosexual sexual encounters. Women say they use only 1.1 billion condoms every year in heterosexual sexual encounters. Who's telling the truth, men or women? Neither. Only about 600 million condoms are sold every year in the United States. So actually, there are far fewer condoms actually used in the United States than people claim. I estimate, putting all the different data sources together, that Americans are only having sex about 30 times per year on average, which is about once every 12 days.
What else can internet searches teach us about our sex lives? Well, unsurprisingly, there's a difference between what men and women are searching for online.
I think the internet data is pretty shocking here. Men make more searches about their penis than any other body part by far. More than their heart, lungs, liver, nose, ears, throat, and brain combined. For every 100 searches men make about their penis, they make about 5 about their own brain. So that can kind of tell you the relative priorities of men.
Men are obsessed and anxious about their dicks. Fair enough. What are women thinking?
Well, not about their partner's penises. Women have nearly as many questions about their vaginas as men have about their penises. I'd say the equivalent of the small penis to the man would be the smelly vagina to the woman. There are tons and tons of searches into this and how to make it smell better, and concerns about what it smells like. And again, this is another thing where you don't see this normally. A lot of people, when they make these searches, like you look at a lot of message boards and stuff, and it's from a lot of like younger girls, and they're like, I'm never gonna tell anyone, like this is so embarrassing. I feel like my vagina smells like fish, or it smells like onions, or it smells like ammonia or vinegar or garlic. One thing that I hope comes out of this data is there's definitely room for improvement in how we think about and how we talk about sex.
So if women are searching to find out more about their vaginal odor and their male partners are searching to find out more about their vaginal odor, while it's much easier for them to do that perhaps separately online, a better solution might be for them to just talk about it.
Well, I think that's a great point. I think in general, this whole data shows us that there's a whole lot of not talking going on, where people are, things that should be conversations with your partner instead are questions on the internet.
In the end, Seth suggests that this is all pretty good news.
You think of the 2 main facts that I found. The one fact is that Americans are having a lot less sex than they say they have, and kind of a shockingly little amount of sex, despite most people enjoying sex quite a bit. And the second fact around sex is that people have overwhelming insecurity and anxiety around sex. And perhaps if we lowered the anxiety, we'd have more sex. Maybe if we all worried less about sex, we'd have more of it.